This is Mongolia, like you've never seen it before. Majestic mountains, remote lakes, deserts that feel like you're on another planet. A country with some of the most warm and hospitable people you'll ever meet. A place where you never quite know what's going to happen next.
Well, we've had a little bit of an emotional morning. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. We're in the red stuff.
We're about to move in a different direction.
Coming down is not the issue. Setting up camp is not the issue. Getting back out is the issue. Leah got bitten by a tick about 4 weeks ago. Bit of a mission to come back, but you know, we can't have this hanging over us.
Our journey into the mountains began on a beautiful track through the valley, but in Mongolia, the trails can change quickly, and the further we went, the rougher it became.
Alright, we're like 30 minutes into this track, and we were of the idea that it was going to be kind of dry and rocky, and it's basically through the forest. It's super muddy, and then you've got all the tree stumps and the roots to worry about, and yeah, it just seems like we have quite a lot more forest to go through, and it's just making us a little bit uneasy. Oh, someone's car. This is their car. Put that out of the way.
Use the back of this spoon. This is where we camped, and then we just made our way all the way through the woodland and the forest, all the way down here, all the way down here. And then this is the dry riverbed.
Oh, we're not that far then, are we?
No.
But it doesn't seem to cross over.
Well, we had a little bit of an emotional morning. We knew it was going to be a rough trail, but we didn't expect it to be quite so muddy and boggy. And so we're just umming and ahhing, is it worth it, should we turn around? But having looked at how far we've come, and we've sent the drone up now, so now we know how close we are to the dry riverbed, and once we're there it's a lot easier. And then we've just used Starlink. It's really good from a map perspective, so a lot of Mongolians we spoke to said use the satellite imagery because that will help you. So that's what we've just done, and you can see there's quite a clear path all the way down to the dry riverbed. What you can't see is how bad the actual terrain is.
Ooh, that is tight.
As soon as we reached the riverbed, everything made sense. The trail we'd followed through the woods wasn't the normal route. Most people drive straight down the riverbed.
I am making lunch, and I had already started, and we met this really lovely family that are from Ulaanbaatar, and then they have family friends that are showing them around the area, and they really helped us with kind of which route to go up to the pass. After lunch, we will head up to the pass and probably camp there tonight. I started cooking lunch, and I was going to make sandwiches, and one of the ladies that's from this area brought over a massive loaf of bread, and they said that her daughter had made it fresh this morning, so it's pretty cool.
Hello. Good trip.
Where are you from? US. America.
But this wasn't just about driving over a mountain pass. 7 years ago, Matt and I rode along this very same riverbed, through these mountains, and stopped for hot tea with our Mongolian friends. We shared stories and looked out across the vast landscape, grateful for those moments together. Now we wanted to find that very same spot. We had no GPS coordinates, just a photo and a vague idea of where it might be. After a steep ascent, we saw it, the same spot Matt and I had visited 7 years ago. There's a quote that says, "No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man." And it reminded me of this moment. These mountains had changed, even if the changes weren't obvious, and we too had changed. A few more wrinkles and 2 little ones joining us on this adventure. The next day we continued on to the pass before heading down towards a river gorge that was recommended to us.
So bedtime stories have commenced, and I'm cleaning up out here and just enjoying this amazing view of where we're camping. And the coolest thing is that it's really right off the side of the road. And that's one of the most amazing things about Mongolia, is because it is so sparsely populated, you can just pull over on the side of the road and camp, and you feel safe as well. So we're just really enjoying that we can do that. It takes a lot of stress off of us with the family and stuff to just be able to pull over when we're ready to, when we need to, and camp for the night. We got up and packed quickly, and now we're driving on a riverbed to a really cool spot that I don't know how to explain it. How do you explain where we're going?
Well, it's down another one of these valleys in the mountains that we're in. There's lots of these valleys you can explore, but we spoke to Gambi about it, who's a local based in UB at the Ineos garage, and he strongly recommended on our way back that we should definitely do this place. This was not part of the plan at all to be going back to UB now, but you know, such is life. So it's going to be another, what, 5 days probably in and out, maybe 6 days. So it's almost the best part of a week lost in Mongolia, which is a real shame, but these things happen.
What
Our axle snapped off a few weeks earlier.
How did this?
They're the brake pads.
How does that happen?
This is really bad. So we had to send it back to Ulaanbaatar to be repaired. In the meantime, we were using our ground tent so we could finish our time in the north.
Yeah, so we're going to head to this spot, have a nice breakfast, chill out, enjoy the area, because it's really beautiful here. There's some pretty big mountains, and the rock formation is supposed to look really cool. And then we will head back to Ulaanbaatar, the long journey back.
Yeah.
You can see we're super excited about it.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I am looking forward to using a washing machine. Hand wash my stuff, being able to take a shower and shave my legs.
It's a bit detailed.
You can see Matt hasn't had a shave for ages, so we're definitely getting
a
bits
little bit
perfect.
grizzly.
Yeah, we haven't brushed our hair or our teeth yet. We've saved everything for this spot. We kind of just wanted to hop in the car and get there so we can take on the day and enjoy it, because later it's gonna rain.
We didn't even need to make breakfast because a lovely family invited us over to their camp for a meal. One thing that stood out to us again and again in Mongolia was the incredible warmth and hospitality of the people here. Even in the most remote places, people would often stop by our camp to say hello, and rarely empty-handed. Walking through the gorge gave us a painful foot spot we didn't know we signed up for. The rocks are really painful. Woo. Okay, yay! We made it!
In the end, we gave in and we walked with our shoes on, because we have an extra pair of shoes, and we just thought, why are we putting ourselves through this torture? Because you have to cross quite a few parts of the river. But yeah, it's just such a beautiful spot. It's nice to relax and chill.
We said goodbye to our new friends and carried on to the Darkad Valley, surrounded by 2 mountain ranges and rivers intertwined throughout the landscape. Mongolia holds so many treasures, and they cannot all be uncovered in a few months' time. We only got a taste of this area, and we already knew that we'd be back again someday. It was an incredible place to end our chapter in the north.
What do you think, Charlotte? Do you want to race a horse?
Yeah!
We were in and out of Ulaanbaatar as quickly as possible to maximize the last few weeks of summer in the west. What we didn't expect was a stop at the hospital.
Leah got bitten by a tick about 4 weeks ago, and we went to see a local doctor then. We didn't film any of that. We were a bit concerned because the area that she got bitten in, not on her body, the area in Mongolia, is very well known for kind of viral infections, and so we're a bit concerned. So she took a dose of doxycycline to kind of clear it all out, and then 4 weeks later she started to get dizzy, and that can be associated with Lyme disease or one of these other infections. So we've had to come back to UB. It's a bit of a mission to come back, but you know, we can't have this hanging over us. So we've come back to UB, to this clinic behind us. They were able to see us straight away, and we will find out the results soon.
We keep trying to get out of UB, Ulaanbaatar, because we want to go out west. So the first time was to get the trailer, and then we started leaving the city, stayed the night a little bit out of the city, and then noticed that, what was it?
But then we had an issue with the trailer charging. The Anderson plug melted, and you can't get Anderson plugs outside UB, so basically we had to turn around and come and sort that out. And we were ready to go.
The last few days, when I sit up from laying down, I feel like I'm spinning. And so we thought maybe, and I had like a slight headache. And so we thought, oh, maybe it's related to the tick bite. So like last night, we're just Googling all this stuff like about Lyme disease and tick related stuff, and kind of freaking out a little bit. Apparently, yeah, I've got basically vertigo. And yeah, it's just the little ball in your ear comes off, and then it starts floating around, and it messes up the fluid and the balance in your ear. The doctor did a couple of exercises, and he said if it doesn't get better, do them every few days at home with Matt, and it should be fine. So he was like, you don't have Lyme, it's not related to the tick bite. And so I'm just so happy. So out west, we'll see you out west.
Pull all the way down and in, cover the knees up. Holding the dumbbell here is optional. Your glutes are squeezing, hands are in prayer. Our kind of point of interest we're trying to get to is all corrugated road. So it's just kind of like painfully slow, and if we go any faster, we might shake our car to pieces. Hello.
We're currently on a beach. It's got quite deep sand and rock, and we've been warned that it's easy to bog yourself, especially with a trailer, and even the ranger said drive carefully. So we've had to really think about our exit plan whilst coming down. So coming down is not the issue. Setting up camp is not the issue. Getting back out is the issue.
It took a little maneuvering to find just the right spot. Let's just hope we can get out in a few days.
Today we're celebrating Charlotte's birthday and we are heading to a beach bar. We've packed a lunch, we've got some sweet dates, and the weather is amazing.
This salt lake, which is nicknamed the Santorini of Mongolia, is in the middle of nowhere. So it was funny to us that this beach bar was here.
Not quite ready for your birthday, is it, Tots?
No.
Maybe they're making it all clean before they fill it up.
Guys, why don't we just go back to the car and open Charlotte's other thing?
We may have arrived a bit too early for the party, but that's okay. The beach was lovely. This boxed cake was all I could find in a small village 6 hours from here.
What are you going to wish, Charlotte?
Let's wait for this breeze to go.
Chocolate cake.
You're going to wish for chocolate cake? Your wish is going to come true then, isn't it? Yeah?
For the wind to stop. Ready? Make a wish! Make a wish!
Go on, blow.
Chocolate cake.
Blow.
Blow, blow.
Go on.
Blowing.
Nice. Well done.
How's the chocolate cake, Charlotte? Been here quite a few days now, and we knew when we came down here that it might be a little bit tricky getting back up because it's not super steep, but it's quite a long hill, and because we've got the trailer, I guess that's the biggest concern. But we've picked a track that we think works best because there's quite a few to choose from, and yeah, hopefully we don't have to dig ourselves out or get the max tracks out or deploy anything extra, right?
Worst case will be winch.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Matt's getting a nice little run up so that he can get some momentum going up the hill. Here he goes. Woo! Oh. Okay, he's not done yet. Easy peasy. Not bad. That went really well. It was super smooth, so just happy about that. Now I've got to walk up this hill.
There's definitely a few bits that if you let off the momentum you can feel it sinking, but then you can't just plant your foot and floor it because you start digging in, so it needs to be like gentle control of the throttle just to keep the momentum going and get up and up and up. And every time I wanted to stop I saw more deep sand, so this is why we're walking back up the hill now, because the car's all the way up there. So ultimately we're trying to get to this lake, Bayan Nur, and all the different apps have different ideas, all different kinds of routes, and we've built this rough route using a little bit of local knowledge and also just looking at the road. We can either go back the way we came and all the way around the lake and then down this way, or there's a shortcut and which involves a river crossing, but it does say there's a ferry platform, which we've been over many before, but thankfully I've just gone to speak to the locals and they said it's a single vehicle ferry platform. So if we turned up with the trailer, they said they won't be able to do it and we'd have to come all the way back again and then retrace our steps, which in Mongolia can be, well, it'd just be a whole day lost basically.
Especially with the corrugated roads.
Yeah, so it's always a good idea to chat with the locals, and they're a tour group, and they said they actually come from other areas in Mongolia, and they said even they can't navigate this area. So you can navigate it, you just have to go slowly and double check everything. So we have a plan, and let's see what happens.
Good morning.
Morning.
We are in the west now, and we are headed to, surprise, surprise, another lake. I think that might be the theme of the west, is the Great Lakes of Mongolia. It's not super clear how to get around here, so we just kind of, as we see a gur or you know, some of the other groups that are out here, we kind of ask and just check.
Mostly everyone paves their own way.
So there's just tracks everywhere. People have been using these tracks for a long time, and so there's a lot of them, and it can get really, really confusing. So that's why you have maps to help you out, and you make sure you're going in the kind of general direction that you're supposed to be going in. You just kind of have to make a decision and go with it, and sometimes it works, and sometimes you have to turn around and try another way and hope that works out, and that doesn't always work out, so then you have to try another way.
That's why Kazakhstan was good training for Mongolia.
Yeah.
Knew that this is what Mongolia is like.
Yeah, Kazakhstan, the Mangostau Desert was a bit like this as well.
The small version.
Yeah.
We tried a shortcut to the lake, but climbing to 3,500 meters, the track narrowed and looked risky with the trailer. We put the drone up to scout, but the descent wasn't clear, so we took the longer, safer route. But first, we had to get back down the mountain.
Super windy, so we are gonna pack up today and head to the town of Olgi. It's the biggest, I don't know, maybe it's considered a city in the west, and kind of recharge and go back out for more adventures.
Can't wait to take a shower.
The hotel owner Aggie also gave us some advice on how to get around the area. He suggested going to a spot at the far western edge of Mongolia, where Mongolia meets Russia and China, so that's where we headed. Driving the back roads of Western Mongolia is about as free as overlanding gets. No fences, no traffic, often no clear road at all. They're just faint tracks across the landscape, sometimes splitting into 5 or 6 different directions. One leads to a mountain pass, another to a remote lake. Another might disappear completely. Navigation becomes part instinct, part guesswork. And that's exactly what makes exploring here so special. At least it is for us. Pure freedom and adventure. This remote national park is home to Mongolia's highest peaks, glaciers, and valleys. Wild, dramatic, and incredibly remote, it's one of Mongolia's true last frontiers. It's also where Kazak eagle hunters still carry on ancient traditions, something we'd get to experience in the coming days.
We've had quite the change of events in weather here, and so we're just having kind of a lazy day. I'm just throwing together a nice warm chicken soup, which I'm really looking forward to, and I'm just going to try to move around as much as I can to keep warm because it's also quite chilly. Jack's asking why we're having porridge for dinner. It's got honey on it, so you're happy, eh? It's forecasted that we're gonna have more rain on the way. You can see dark clouds all around. That was the fastest thing I could make. Wow, it's quite deep.
Our next adventure started in a UAZ van, with Matt following behind. We were on our way to meet up with one of Matt's dear friends from Hong Kong, Adrian, who was hosting a group through his company Whistling Arrow, and happened to be in the area at the same time as us. He invited us to come join them for a few days where we'd learn more about Kazak traditions, which are quite unique. The next morning, we set off for a truly unique experience. For centuries, Kazakhs in Western Mongolia have hunted with golden eagles. In the harsh Altai Mountains, where winters are long and unforgiving, this wasn't just a sport, it was a way of survival. Hunters used eagles to catch foxes and other prey. Hunters traditionally train young female golden eagles because they're larger and stronger than males. After around 7 to 10 years, the eagle is released back into the wild to breed and live freely once again. Today, most families no longer rely on eagle hunting to survive, yet the tradition continues, preserving a way of life that has been passed down through generations in these remote mountains. That evening, we were invited to join one of the eagle hunters for dinner in their gur. The inside was decorated beautifully with embroidered fabrics, usually a pastime during the winter months, and also done to make the traditional clothing worn by the hunters. Dinner was a whole sheep, with its eyes being the most prized part. A dance party broke out as we made our way to a bonfire where we shared stories and listened to soulful traditional songs, dancing late into the night. Our time in Western Mongolia had given us incredible experiences and a deeper look at life in this remote corner of the country. But Mongolia still had one more landscape waiting for us, the Gobi Desert.
Okay, so we've just wrapped up the west.
So Gobi up next. Ready for the desert?
Maybe after a shower. A hot shower.
The journey south meant long days across Mongolia's endless steppe before the landscape slowly began to change. And we'd be traveling with our friends Sarah and Walter, who you might remember from that muddy mountain pass in the last episode. The Gobi Desert is one of the most mysterious landscapes in Mongolia. Despite what many people imagine, it's not just endless sand dunes. Much of the Gobi is a vast wilderness of rocky plains, towering cliffs, and wide open valleys that seem to stretch forever. Temperatures here are extreme, and powerful winds can sweep across the desert without warning. And those wild winds, let's just say they were about to come greet us. In the 1920s, explorers made an incredible discovery at a place known as the Flaming Cliffs, the first scientifically recognized dinosaur eggs ever found. Those discoveries changed what scientists knew about dinosaurs, revealing that they laid eggs and nested like birds. The bright red sandstone cliffs glow like a fire at sunset, giving the place its unforgettable name. And even today, the Gobi remains one of the most important dinosaur fossil regions on Earth, and the Flaming Cliffs were exactly where we were headed. We found a quiet spot tucked away behind the cliffs.
Hey, Bone. Hey, Bone for us.
Turn away! Look at Mongolia. It's a lot of red.
Which is wind.
Well, but 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. In the red stuff.
We're about to move in a different direction. Hopefully it gets a bit better. Tomorrow's supposed to be worse. So we knew it was going to be windy, but we also knew that, I don't know, we'll have to just play it by ear. It's just really gusty, so it's not like continuous wind, but just like these massive gusts that come up. And that's why we've got some of our heavier bags at the end of the tent, so it doesn't literally fly up. So sandy! Oh, you guys missed that joke. Matt said, why is the roll mat here? And I said, because it was rolling away.
Mate, are you trying to include that?
It was outside and it was literally rolling away. I don't know why he calls it a roll mat. It's just a mat.
Because it's a mat that rolls up. Roll mat.
I don't know. Do we call it that in America? Maybe. The tent is moved, as you saw, but we're still kind of like on the fence of whether we should stay here.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
I was
are you
looking
with
at
us?
I was looking at the tent in the mirror. Just seems to be flexing quite a bit.
Yeah, we're kind of on the edge of what we should allow wind-wise.
Knew we were going to be right on the limit based on the forecast, and I'd say the forecast was pretty accurate.
Yeah, we were hoping it wouldn't be that bad, but
And
it
we
is.
also thought maybe with where we were there might be enough protection, but actually, yeah, not so much.
Well, because the wind just keeps changing. It is coming from one direction most of the time, but not all of the time. So it's just like all over the place.
So yeah, it just reminds me of Kazakhstan quite a lot in terms of what to do. But to be honest, there's not exactly any other protection anywhere else for hours and hours and hours, unless we go into a ger. So
well, yeah, because you said all of Mongolia at the moment is experiencing a lot of wind.
Yeah, there's a big low pressure system over Mongolia, so it's pretty windy everywhere. So I'd say it's not too bad, and I think we'll be okay, but I'm not sure how much sleep we'll get in the next 2 nights. And the car's shaking, the tent is shaking. I'll have to film this tent because it looks like it's about to fold in on itself, but I think it's all right. I don't think I've ever had a wee and it's gone in 4 different directions in one stream.
Is that TMI?
No. I was watching it as I normally do, and it just went this way, that way, forwards and backwards in the space of 12 seconds. A wild Mongolian wee.
Nothing was safe in this wind. Walter was a legend and went running after some of the kids' toys. We waited out the wind for another day until we headed to a higher spot for a last night with Sarah and Walter. Our final night camping in Mongolia was a quiet one, just the four of us around the fire under an endless sky. Over the past months, this country had shown us mountains, lakes, deserts, traditions, and people we'll never forget. Most people think of Mongolia as an endless steppe, but now you know it's so much more than that.
Gosh, I'm sad to say that this was our last camping night in Mongolia. We're both like really quite sad that this is coming to an end, and next step is, well, we're not going to tell you yet where we're going. You'll have to guess. But we are shipping the vehicle and the trailer somewhere in a few days. And then we will be...
That's right. Charlotte
Yeah.
knows the plan. She's very excited about it. We're going to go and see Leah's family
Miami?
and some of her friends, and then we will wait it out until the car and trailer arrive, and the next phase will begin.
Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next episode as our journey continues on a whole new continent.